Okay, so Fight Week Junior, how have preparations gone?
Things have gone very well for this camp. You know, we started camp like very early, like even before I was fighting on the Joseph Parker card. So yeah, so I'm probably in my 14th week of training. It's been good. It's been hard training. It's been very technical, and also I got the experience of sparring with Deontay Wilder as well. So I'm feeling very confident for this fight.
And what was like being in that camp like?
Yeah, it was actually very good. Like, you know, it was very intense sparring. I learnt a lot inside and outside the ring as well. Also, Wilder has a great team behind him too. So, like, you know, they're just a bunch of great guys, and I basically got to, like, you know, form great links with them. So, yeah, good.
And in terms of the sparring with Wilder, did you get to feel the power?
Yes, like, oh well, yes and no, because the article came out not too long ago saying that his arm was injured throughout the camp, and that kind of made sense, you know. When I got into sparring, I noticed that he didn't throw as many right hands as he could have, and so throughout the camp, like, you know, that's just something that I kind of noticed, and then I kind of thought, oh, perhaps he's injured or something, you know, because they didn't tell us anything until like a week after a fight, and then I saw that article come out saying that he was actually hurt. So it kind of makes sense. But in terms of his power, in sparring, I didn't try to get caught by like anything that I don't have to. So yeah. So I did get caught, like probably like, you know, with like a couple of shots, and they did hurt. But thankfully, I caught them on the glove, so like, you know, it wasn't the full impact of his extreme power.
And obviously, that sort of preparation, it's a bit different. It's maybe a bit of a step up from some of the things that you've been doing previously with camps. What were some of the most valuable things that you took away from that experience?
I would say probably like the confidence that I gained from basically sparring him has been great for me. In terms of training, like, you know, nothing's kind of changed with our training routine. Things are the same. We picked up probably good, like, I don't know, probably good 20 rounds of sparring in there. So, like, you know, it was good for us. So I think like the biggest thing that I got was probably just my confidence, and like, you know, and to like also know him on a bit of a personal level. I didn't get to know him too much, but just being able to, like, you know, talk to him outside of the ring. Nice fella.
And in terms of this fight week here, what have you been doing to sort of get ready for this opponent, Rogelio Omar Rossi?
I've been doing a lot of technical pad sessions, you know. So Rossi's a tall southpaw fighter, so, like, you know, southpaws are a headache in itself. You know, I don't like southpaws. I don't like left-handeds, so they cause their own trouble. So, like, you know, we've just been doing a lot of technical work on the pad sessions, watching a lot of videos, and also getting a few rounds of sparring with some southpaws.
And this guy's obviously, even though he's quite a light heavyweight in terms of heavyweights, he's slightly taller than you. What sort of differences will that make in this fight? You know, sort of maybe punching up or punching a guy that, you know, most of your opponents have previously been a bit smaller. Yeah.
Well, actually, things have changed a bit. So on BoxRec it states that he's 6'6", but then I met him yesterday, and he's not taller than me, and he's actually quite a bit shorter than me. So to be honest, I'll say he's probably 6'3". So I got to meet him at the press conference yesterday. Nice guy. I was staring down at him, so then I was like, oh man, you ain't 6'6", bro. So that changes things a little bit. but I think that changes things more towards my favor. Like, you know, like I thought I had to kind of adjust the his range, but then now it's basically the other way around. So basically right now I am the bigger and the taller man. So I'm just gonna basically use that to my advantage and basically, like, you know, try and take him out.
How important is it to look good against this guy on Saturday?
It's very important to look good against this guy, you know. This guy, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I am expected to take him out. And that's what I plan to do. You know, this year hasn't been the best year in terms of performance. You know, I've had 2 bad outings. But there have been 2 wins. 2 wins, but they haven't really been convincing or like even impressive wins. So this next performance of mine, I plan, should be a very good one. And I feel like it is. Like I'm feeling great. I'm feeling in tip-top shape. I'm not where I want to be just yet, just because of my blood levels, but that takes time. So basically, like, you know, as the time goes on and basically as I develop as a pro, I'm just going to keep on getting better and better and fitter. So it's a great thing to look forward to. But right now I'm looking forward to Saturday, and I definitely know it's going to be a different fighter that you guys will see.
So what are you looking to take him out with? Is there anything that you've been working on that you think, you know, with this guy, what you've seen, that you might be able to land and actually hurt him with?
Yeah, so just plenty of right hands. So I love my body shots. I think that will come into play on Saturday. So body shots and a lot of variations of the right hand. So straight right uppercut, right hook, anything with the right hand would should definitely land and hurt him.
And in some of the most recent fights, the Lewis fight and the Pasquale fight, there was the sort of knock on the performances that you were just too reliant on the right hand. How important is it going to be to sort of vary the punches in this fight?
Yeah, it should be. It should be very important. Like, I guess I understand what people are saying. Like, you know, I'll just throw a 1-2 and then kind of won't carry on after that. So the left hook will come into play. The left hook has to change though, because he is a southpaw, so I've got to bring it up a little bit higher. So we've been practicing with that too. Straight hands with a lot of left hooks, with a lot of variations of the left hook and the left uppercut as well. So yeah. So, like, you know, like I can basically throw whatever I want, and then I feel like I will catch him.
And physically, are you feeling in the best shape that you felt in for some time?
Yes, yeah. I would say, shucks, man. Like, even probably within my 3rd or 4th week of training camp, I felt a lot fitter than I have felt in a long time. And that's because of the steps that I've taken to, like, you know, help me with my health. So basically just the extra fiber intake, a lot more of dark green vegetables, iron pills, a lot of supplements. They have all helped me throughout this camp. So I'm feeling very, very good.
Is there anything that he brings in terms of a punch that you've identified that he might be able to come back at you with, maybe a straight left or something like that?
He does seem to like his straight left, which is his backhand. So yeah, so I'm going to be watching out for his counters, because he seems to like to throw after the person throws. So that's something that I'm going to look out for, but it's something that we've already prepared for as well. So I feel fine with that, you know, feeling good.
And obviously you're on the Joseph Parker card, you know, it sort of builds towards a potential event, you know, another Tua Cameron type event down the road. When and where? Because there has been some speculation that maybe next year is possible, but is it too soon for that? I mean, have you done enough to build up your side of the equation to bring the demand with fight fans in New Zealand?
if we're talking about next year, I would say like in terms of like building up in terms of building up the fight within a year, it's probably it probably does seem a bit far fetched. You know, it does make sense to kind of wait it out. But I've always said like like I definitely want it to be next year, at the end of 2019. That's what I'm feeling. You know. We could wait longer, but I feel like if they wait longer, for some reason I don't see it happening like further down. So that's the reason why I want it to happen next year.
And is there a part of you that thinks that Parker is potentially right for the picking? He's potentially had some less than stellar results and recently, and is this something that you want to get him in his rebuild?
Well, Parker's always going to be dangerous. The time when he's not dangerous would be probably in a few years, and probably 4 or 5 years. I would say that'll be the time when he's not as dangerous. So like even though he's coming off 2 losses, I feel like he's very dangerous now because he needs a win right now. And I feel like I feel like come Saturday, he's definitely going to put on a great performance, and then he'll probably continue building throughout next year. And then hopefully by the end of next year, if I continue impressing as well, the fight can happen.